What's up, everybody? It's your boy Boxing P from Loud Pack Boxing. I hope everybody doing all right this morning. Like I said in one of my previous videos, I'm pushing through this coronavirus thing. I'm probably on like day 4 or 5 of quarantining. Typical symptoms: no taste, no smell, but other than that, I feel pretty good. But I want to hop in and do a quick video today. I noticed the last day or so it's been a lot of talk of, Canelo, even though he got a fight this week in Callum Smith, but he's been talking about how he's willing to move down to 160 to fight Errol Spence. My thing is, probably like 2 years ago, Errol Spence was mentioned in this fight. It didn't really gain a lot of steam from the fans or Canelo. But, you fast forward to today, and in my opinion, Canelo, his star is not shining as bright as it once was. He's not really fighting the people we want him to see. Charlo. Some people want to see the Triple G thing again, but nevertheless, he's not putting on the fights that we really want to see him in, being considered one of the pound for pound fighters out today. And like I said, in my opinion, since Canelo's star is falling, he's like looking for things to keep his name relevant. And I think that's where the Errol Spence thing kind of popped in his head. Errol Spence is coming back, coming off of a long layoff to step back in the ring and successfully defend his title. And that created a lot of buzz. That was a great thing for us to see Errol be able to come back and do that. So, of course, his name has been buzzing, trending as of late, him and Terrence Crawford, because that's the fight that we want to make, we want to see, and we've been waiting for. But I seen Canelo made a statement. He said that Terrence Crawford versus Errol Spence is not the biggest fight in boxing. The biggest fight is Errol Spence versus Canelo Alvarez. And I totally disagree. Totally disagree. Still, one of the biggest fights in boxing is Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence for a lot of reasons. They both have belts at welterweight. Errol Spence is a unified welterweight champion. They have history. They have beef. They're both number one, but it can only be number one at the present time. And it's like the stars only line up a certain time like this in boxing, where guys are both undefeated, around the same age, same weight class, just perfect setting for guys to meet in the ring. So I totally disagree when Canelo says it's the biggest fight. Like I said, I think he's trying to gain some of that momentum off of Errol Spence's name right now by, saying he's down to make that fight happen. Now he has to get past Callum Smith this weekend, which is not guaranteed. You know what I'm saying? But he has something right in front of him that he needs to worry about. And in my opinion, Errol Spence, if he wants to, seal his legacy, he needs to be focused on the Terrence Crawford fight. I heard both guys say they don't need each other, but that's just talk. They know they need each other. You know what I'm saying? There's no other fight that would give them the validation that they could get from fighting each other right now. Now, the Canelo and Errol Spence fight. 2 years ago when Errol was talking about it, I thought it was interesting if he could move up successfully. He's a big welterweight. If he could move up successfully and put on the weight in a healthy manner, then that probably would be an interesting fight down the road. But right now, I don't know. I still see Canelo as a couple levels above Errol Spence when it comes to boxing acumen, resume, experience in the ring. Canelo's been in the ring since he was a kid, and he definitely shared the ring with some of the best to ever do it. But you know, I don't want to get too caught up with that fight because I want to stay focused on the task at hand, and that's Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford. You know what I mean? Like I said, the Errol Spence and Canelo thing, maybe down the road that might be cool, but like right now, we need to handle the things that are going to mean something. Errol Spence fighting Canelo, unless it's a belt on the line, it's kind of pointless. It might be good for his legacy, but it won't be as good as it won't be as good as for his legacy as the Crawford fight would be, in my opinion, because of the things I stated before. Just the fact they're both undefeated, around the same age, same weight class. It's just these things don't happen that often in boxing. You know, for Canelo to fight Errol Spence, they have to go through some weight situations and all of these probably contract stipulations and stuff like that. To me, you know, the Crawford and Spence fight is a no-brainer. And it shouldn't be hard to make all that across the street type of stuff. We never really heard that until we got to new boxing. It's always been promotions and politics and going back and forth, but this wrong side of the street nonsense, that don't even make sense to me. The fighter is the boss. He can fight whoever he wants. So, you know, we need to do what we need to do to get this ball rolling, in my opinion, you know, with the Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford fight. You know, Errol Spence gets past Terrence Crawford, which I highly doubt, because I'm a Terrence Crawford fan. You know, then maybe we can start entertaining the Canelo fight. And to be honest, it's other fights Canelo can entertain. Everybody kind of wants to see him in there with Charlo. People say he's ducking Charlo, he's ducking Boo Boo, he's ducking all these other fighters at middleweight. But definitely the Charlo fight is a fight that everybody would want to see Canelo win. So, I mean, even talking about Errol Spence is just like, in my opinion, he's just trying to ride off Errol Spence's name trending right now. You know what I'm saying? I mean, before the fight wasn't really a big deal to him. Now Errol was made a splash with his comeback, and now you're willing to, you know, fight him when you have people around and in your weight class that you can fight. It don't really make sense, but we'll see what happens. I just kind of want to hop in and break down my thoughts on this new boxing talk stuff. You know, Canelo Alvarez willing to move down. You know, when Errol Spence was talking about the Canelo fight, Canelo didn't really seem interested, but now he seems like he's biting on it. So y'all hop in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about Canelo versus Errol Spence. You know, do you think that's the biggest fight in boxing? Do you think that fight should overshadow the fight at hand, Errol Spence versus Terrence Crawford? I really don't agree with that. But y'all hop in the comments. Let me know what y'all think. You know, like the video, subscribe, hit the notification bell. If you want to support the platform, the Cash App, my Cash App will be in my description. So that's all I really got, y'all. You know what I'm saying? We'll see what wind up happening when the smoke settles. But right now, it's just a lot of talk. It's a lot of talk in boxing. You know, Canelo's talking about moving down to fight Errol Spence. Errol Spence is talking about moving up. Terrence Crawford is talking about going down to 135. All this crazy talk. We just want to see the fights we want to see. But, you know, sometimes in the sport of boxing, it's a lot of politics, and we got to wait to see what we want to see sometimes. But that's all I really got, man. It's your boy P. Y'all have a great day. Stay corona free out here, and I'm out.